Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm going to be talking about a game that I've been playing a lot over the last month and a half, and it's called Persona 5 Phantom X. Today I wanted to go over just some things coming from a level 70 plus account, hundreds of hours, and just a lot of experience watching through a lot of different videos, reading up on a bunch of different websites, just my own advice, impressions, beginner guide kind of a video. I know this is kind of different than my usual content. I thought, hey, let's try something new. So this is very new for me, but I kind of want to get into the whole Persona 5 Phantom X genre of videos, as it's something that I've really taken a love for. I know the ratings for the game aren't super great, and that's because the developers are kind of rushing global, which came out like a month and a half ago. They're pushing us as global to try to get to the other Chinese and Korean servers, which is not going great. There's a bunch of negativity around that. The game is in itself a lot of fun. Beware, it is a gacha game, so it means free to play, but you can use real life money to better your account by summoning for weapons and characters and stuff. So today I'm just going to go through, give my early on impressions, try to help if you are a beginner, and give you guys some insights on mistakes that easy avoidable mistakes that I made so you don't have to. So first thing, when you load up into the game, you're going to be launched directly right into the story, and that's what I love about really Persona games in general. I started with Persona 5, and then I immediately went back and played 3, 4, and then by that time Persona 5 Royal was out, and I fell in love with Persona 5 Royal again. So this has been super fun. This kind of whole takes place in the whole Persona 5 world, which has just been milked heavily the last couple of years. But it is a lot of fun. Now, before I start, I do want to say, if you're just coming into the game and you are wanting to just have a good time playing the game, summon for whatever characters you want to summon for. If you go up to the contracts here, once you get through a lot of the game, if you don't link an account right away, I spent days, probably 2 or 3 real days of my time re-rolling accounts. There's no real easy way to do it. You just have to delete your progress and then just do it again. At the time, Joker was in the game, and so was I think that was the main banner, and I ended up buying the butler outfit for him because he looks dashing. But Joker was very, very good. Right now, if not one of the best characters is out for global currently, and her name is Queen. This is Makoto. If you're able to snag her right now, I think it would benefit you greatly. One of the best teams, one of my favorite teams to run right now, is all on the same banner, which is Queen. I call her Granny Soy. It's a great team. Or if you want, there's a couple days left to try to get Yusuke if you want to get Fox. This is also an amazing unit, and I'm getting ahead of myself. Basically, you'll go through the story, you'll get a lot of summons, some welcome rewards. Use your gems wisely, but again, if you just want to collect, have at it. Get whoever you'd like. Both of these banners are very good. Queen is probably a better DPS check than Fox's. They work completely differently. If you guys want me to go into like in-depth guides on how all these characters work, trust me, I would love to. I've actually been doing it quite often on my live streams over on Twitch. If you guys, and I've been streaming here on YouTube as well, so if it's something you guys would like to see, please comment down below. I would love to do like tier lists, in-depth guides, what I think you should prepare for the future. Right now I'm preparing for Cord. As you can see with my meta jewels, I'm doing phenomenal. As you make your way through the story, you're going to be collecting a bunch of freebie characters. One is called Closer. She's an electric unit, pretty decently good. But as you play, you're not going to have their respective weapons. There's different tiers to their weapons. There are blues, purples, and golds. There are different abilities or passives that go with each one. As you can see, the gold ones here increase the attack by a 12% or just a random percent. It does increase the more you stack them, kind of like Genshin if you've ever played something like that. But if you get the purple one at the start of battle, increase the attack by a specific amount, and then the blue ones are just a flat increase, and this changes from character to character. So as you're playing, you will unlock all these abilities to get their weapons, to equip them, make them stronger, and then you'll be able to increase their personas. A lot of this is very complicated. I don't want to overload people. My main thing that I would say is don't blow all of... My big mistake that I did when I first got characters was I leveled out all of these evenly, which is fine to do, but in the long run, not all of them are going to be completely useful to use all the time. Best examples is Fox. He is a 5-star unit, but one of his abilities is his A1 attack called Frozen Presence. It's hidden behind my face currently, but you can see it over here on the right. I have not invested any points into this skill just because it's not going to beat... It is a multi-target skill, but this one, his A2, is just better. They cost the same amount of SP. His A2 is just better. His A3 is his main ability, but that's what I mean. You don't need to waste materials. I've wasted a lot of materials. Another thing I would like to touch on before moving to the next little area of things I want to talk about is when you get to a specific level, and I apologize, I do forget what level it is, you'll unlock these things called revelations. This is the equivalent of gear in any other gacha. If you play, again, I'll reference Genshin Impact, you can go and get gear to put onto your character. This is kind of the same thing. In this game, there's a bunch of different tarot cards, if you will, and luckily in this game, it shows you what's recommended for that character, and usually they have at least 2 sets that you can put on. You could read what they do. His main set is an opulent set with a growth card. These space cards I'll talk about later because this gets a little confusing, but there's a way to grind for these right off the bat. I wouldn't right off the bat, just because when you start grinding for these early on, you're going to get a lot of blues, not a lot of purples and yellows, which is what you want. So just jumping into here, you'll have to be at least level 35. And as you can see, you'll get a lot of grays. I even forgot those were the colors. Those grays, blues, and you're guaranteed to get at least 2 and 2, 4 and 4, and then maybe 1 or 2 of the purples. This is why I don't say it's great to jump in to do this right away. If you have an exuberant amount of energy, if you don't have a lot of energy or stamina to use throughout the day, sure, jump into it, but there's a lot of other good things to use your stamina on. Stamina is kind of the lifeblood of the game. So keep that in mind. Don't jump right into this. I don't think it's fully necessary around level 30, 40. I didn't start grinding it until I was like 45. But that was to just, that gives all the passives to your characters. So if you want to make them stronger, obviously, your account, you do you. Again, I would love to go into more depth on all the characters, party compositions. Again, there's a couple of websites that I do reference almost on a daily basis. The main one here is Prydwen.gg. I use this one basically every single day. This is a super helpful, and if you guys want, I'll put this in the description. I think a lot of people use this website. There's mainly just used on a lot of popular gachas. This website's amazing though. If you wanted to figure out exactly, like if you don't want to do it in game, you can click on, say, Chizuko. You can go in and see exactly everything that she does. They usually keep reviews, but you can find out exactly the builds that they recommend, and then you can see the priority for best stats. You can see what stats to go in, which is the revelation cards, which we just spoke about, and then where to put a lot of her skills, her skill points, priority. You can see down here, skill 1 and skill 3 most important. The thief tactics is her ultimate, and then skill 2 not as important. And then it'll show the skill rotation, which is it's nice to understand how to use the characters in a turn-by-turn based game. If you don't want to have to go to the website, you guys can always come here to the videos. If you guys are enjoying them, I'm hoping to keep making them. But let's go to our main protagonist. His name is Wonder, or your character, whatever you want to name your character. I don't really use Wonder as a DPS anymore. At the beginning of the game, when I didn't really know too much about how our main character worked, I used him as kind of like a DPS, how you would use like Ren in Persona 5. I just used him as like a really strong character. In this game, he's a little bit different. He can be strong if you build him correctly. I build him as more of a support unit. So a lot of my personas that I use, which are conveniently all behind my face, again, I have to figure out exactly where my face is going to go in a lot of these. I usually just bring personas that will debuff and buff my entire team. If I need a healer, I'll obviously slot in a healer if I don't have one on the team. I feel there's a specific way to actually completely build him. There is a way to reset the progress. It looks like it does cost Konpaku gems, which is basically your money for the game. I'm not going to do that because that's too nice of a thing for me. But what I've been trying to do is stack a lot of HP, any of the percents. The flats are fine, but and I've been trying to do crit rate as well. As you guys can see, a lot of my spread here on the far left behind my face is a 14, 12, and 12 for defense. I probably will reset this at some point because I do want to get a lot more of the percents. The flats are like increase attack by 180 to 195. It's just a flat attack, which is okay, but like, do I want HP flat or do I want a percent? Both of them could be super helpful together. I'll need to do a little bit more research and I'll come back to you guys with this. But I definitely think use Wonder as a good buffer debuffer to your team, because that's what all of these characters are for, is to do the damage for you. At least that's how I see it. As you're playing through the game, your character level, your main account level will raise. Wonder's level will raise. When your level as Wonder raises, your cap for your other characters will also raise, and you'll be able to level up your main characters like Joker and Fox and Queen a lot faster than you can with Wonder. Most of my characters can get up to level 80 right now. I need a lot of these alluring aromas, so I would say this is definitely one of the most important things to grab if you can. Right now in the game, as the point of me recording this, there's an event going on that I highly recommend you take. This is where I would spend most of my energy. I have most of my stamina here, is this Crossroads of Fate event that's going on. It's going on until August 20th, so about 10 days from the time I hope to upload this video. There's the story down here in the bottom right. You can run through a lot of Queen's story if you guys are into the lore, and there's a bunch of rewards you can get from that. Some meta jewels. As you can see, I've been lacking, but every time you complete through this, you'll get some materials and stuff. But the main thing is the boss fight. Now, this is the Center of Gluttony. It's a big piggy boss. You can really bring whatever you want. Irishaya is the main antagonist here. He's not weak to anything, and then after you defeat him, it goes into a second phase with Piggytron. He's not weak to anything specific. So really bring whatever characters you'd like. What you want to aim for is like this level 20 to 25 range, because between these two, you can make between 450 and 500 of these Destiny badges. Again, these will go away conveniently the day after my birthday. But these are amazing to use. Again, once you beat the challenge mode, you'll unlock the battle mode, which costs stamina. If you do clear this, you'll get the 500 credits. You can back out right here to this gallery auction in the very bottom. And this is where you can spend those gems. Now, or the tokens, I'm sorry. Here is where I wish I could show you. I've bought most of the stuff because I need it. But this is where you can buy a lot of leveling up products for your characters. Even if you need like experience, these Thief Compendium Tomes is XP for your characters. If you want to level up weapons, you can get weapon parts here. If you want to level up your revelation cards, like I mentioned earlier, or your personas, you can get all the stuff here. Again, there is a cap to how much you can get, which is just based off how much stamina you're willing to put into the game. It's endlessly grinded. And then there's a Konpaku gems. I desperately need to get more of these. But take advantage of this. This is really good because there's a museum, which was earlier late last month. There was Fox's event, the museum, and then now there's the bank. You can dip into both of these. So it's a lot of materials, a lot of good stuff. You can even get gold tickets and platinum millicoins. The millicoins are used for weapon summons. Take advantage of this. I've been telling a lot of my viewers that have been coming into the Twitch streams, what should I be doing in Persona 5? This is what I do. When I have energy or stamina in the game, I do this. On the highest level you can do. Obviously, you have 10 more days to do it. Try to push for like level 20, 25. In my honest opinion, that's where you need to get to start making a lot of bang for the buck. Do what you're able to do. any little bit helps a ton. So I've been yapping here for a while, going way into more depth than I feel. I don't want to confuse or like overload a lot of you guys. I also don't want to make videos that are going to waste your time. I want to, and I don't want to badger any content creators that do content here on Persona 5 or P5X. I just watch a lot of videos in a lot of my free time when I'm watching my son, when he's going down for his nap, when I'm getting ready for bed. I'm usually just consuming a lot of information about this game because I really like it. Again, I know the reviews for the game aren't stellar, and it just happens to have a lot of problems with how the devs are handling the game currently for global. I don't want to overload anybody. I don't want to confuse anybody or anything like that. I don't want to waste your time. So going forward with a lot of the videos I want to make here on the game is probably going to be shorter, like 8 to 10 minute videos that are just here to help you guys. Tier lists, guides on characters, and just informational videos on upcoming events or characters that are going to be releasing. I do want to do another video on Cord. She's the new character that's going to be coming out soon, and I think she's going to be one of the best units to summon for. So if you're playing right now and you aren't saving for her, start saving for her. She's going to be really good. I think she's going to be coming once Fox leaves, which is in a couple of days, about 10 days. We have another 24 days with Queen being here. So Queen, you have time to get Queen. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, doing a little bit something different. Let me know what you guys thought about it. Honest, be as honest and open as you guys can be. I'm down for some harsh criticism. I know I do just a lot of Let's Plays and weird videos with a lot of my friends, but this is something I'm very passionate about, if you cannot tell. And if it's something that you guys are really enjoying, maybe we'll do one of those gilded summon videos. I haven't spent a lot of money in the game. I'm not a whale by any standard in this game. I'm trying to compete with the whales. But again, if it's something that you guys are interested for, it helps me with tax write-offs. So, anywho, I love your faces. I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys next time.